blood, maimed and killed children, and an exhibit of human cruelty that at least we didn't see in the recent history. But it is not just the grief for those who died or dying. It is the grief that humanity itself has been slaughtered and chained and bled to death. It is a problem of shame and devastation to everything that human civilization should have claimed for itself. Palestinian-Israeli confrontation. It way exceeded that. It is putting on the table the question, is humanity still human? Or this is another deterioration into being a bunch of beasts and savage animals? However, it is not only the sorrow that brings us to the subject. For us Muslims, it is a religious duty and a commitment to the Word of God, nothing less. It is for us, it's not just a bruised emotion or a hurt that we feel, but it is challenging our commitment to the Word of God, the way we believe in it. The Word of God for mercy, for it is all over the Quran, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, human value. That has nothing to do with political stance. It has everything to do with human nature and human aspirations. It has nothing to do only with religiosity. It has a lot to do with human beings. The Word of God to us is mercy and compassion. And we see mercy and compassion are a commodity to be malleable and flexible and soft, to be shaped this way or that way according to the powers that are dictating the status of the world. But justice is one of the 99 names of God. Justice is a divine value that should not be tampered with, that we should not tamper with, even if we have to speak truth against ourselves. لا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا. Don't let the animosity of people swerve you away from being just. And we see justice have been mocked, have been disfigured, and completely erased from the equation to an extent that's mind-boggling. To the extent that the victim is projected as the aggressor because after 2 years of starvation for civilians, and we made this clear, very, very clear from this podium, but to consider North as the victimizers of those who are throwing 3,000-ton bombs on densely populated areas and chasing people even when they seek refuge in mosques and in United Nations flagged schools, and keeping the children with the bodies of their parents locked up in their houses, if their houses are still intact, for 4 days, according to the Red Cross report. Last night they found children next to their parents, and the bodies of the parents are rotten and smelling, and the children are sitting there crying because ambulances could not or were not allowed to reach them. We equate those to these. So the word of God about justice has been completely stampeded and violated and ignored on that issue. The word of God about human dignity, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. God is saying that He has bestowed dignity upon the progeny, the offsprings of Adam, that passed through race, color, and creed, and who these people are deprived of the dignity of a shelter, the dignity of a loaf of bread, the dignity of a sip of water, the dignity of warmth and security and safety in such a humiliating way that to get medicine or to get food, they have to be granted this privilege at a certain time by the very one funeral home to cry and mourn. We have to feel that the very values that we believe in are terribly challenged. And we have to revisit and revive these values in our minds and in our hearts. Of course, I am sure that there is a question that pops up in the minds of every one of you, like myself, is then, what can we do? And I never believe that there is something called there is nothing I can do. There is always something that every man and woman and child and elderly can do within their sphere. And God holds us accountable to the things that we can do if we don't do them. Things that we cannot do, He will